Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel. We're back in Upland, sorry, with another video. Today I'm talking about how much UPX I made in Detroit. If you're new to Upland, it's a virtual real estate game / investment. You can make real money, invest money, and you can make money flipping, collecting rent, building structures. There's all kinds of cool things you can do here. And we have lots of other videos that go over the how-tos, but this is more about a success video, so those are fun to do. They release new cities every once in a while. They released Detroit, about a month ago or so, and we've had some time to let all the dust settle, the collections come through, and see how we did in Detroit, and I did pretty well. So in this video, I kind of tried to lay out most of my sales so we can actually see what they are and how much I made on them, and which areas did the best for me. And then this is Detroit right here. You can still see I have quite a few properties left, so I'm not really counting any of these. I'm just counting the ones that I sold. So obviously I still have a lot of value here, and I think some equity in some properties, but I did sell most of my high dollar, high profit properties, and we'll take a look at that. So of course we love the likes, comments, shares, keep those coming. Love seeing new subscribers. And then I have a real estate channel as well, Mark Ferguson, Invest for More, that goes over our flips, rentals, small businesses, all kinds of things there. I'm heading over to my liquor store and mini mart right after this video to work on improving our inventory system. So that's actually fun and exciting for me. But let's take a look at Detroit. So if you guys followed my release video, I had a video that was going on me the whole time while I was minting properties, while Detroit was released. When the collections were released, I try and have videos of everything I'm doing. And I focused a lot on, let's see, we'll go in here. Woodward in this area right here. Gratiot. I still laugh every time I say that, if that's the right pronunciation or not. And then after we did those two sections, I kind of came up here and did just some real cheap minting as well. Almost all these properties were bought after collections were announced because that's the collection area. I minted some other cheap properties down here too. And then these were on a collection grand. That's a collection. That's a collection. And I bought some more properties on the secondary market along here too. And that's a collection as well. So let's take a look at the numbers right now and see kind of what I did. So I just laid it out really haphazardly. So sorry, but I wanted to give you an idea of what happened. And all I did here, I went through all my messages to see what properties sold. I didn't go through and see the exact profit and what I minted them for, but I have a pretty good idea just from memorization of what I paid for them and a rough idea of how much I made, but I haven't totaled it all up yet, so we'll do that here. So I just kind of lay this out for small sales in Detroit, and that's less than 15,000 UPX. I sold 50 properties in that price range and probably made about 1,000 on each, right? Some I might have made two, some I might have made a few hundred. All those were profit, though. I didn't sell any at a loss. They had the thrifty trader where you want to trade and try and rank high to get Spark, which I did do, but I never got my Block Explorer. I'm wondering if other people got their Block Explorer for Detroit. But I sold a lot of those in the Brightmoor area, buying for 7 to 9 and selling from 8 to 12 in that price range. So this number might be conservative, but it gives us an idea. Here, we'll get our calculator started right here. 1, 2, 3, UPX. So you can see that price right there. And then this does include some we minted too. I minted some in the 3,000 to 4,000 UPX range, sold them in the 4,000 to 5,000 UPX range, just quick cash. But definitely, I mean, it can add up to some money, not a ton, but a little bit. This is medium resale, so less than 50,000 UPX. And I just marked out, oh, that's wrong. That should be 2. Oh, look, we're already fixing things. I tried to just, like I said, do this really haphazardly. And that's the number of, like, the 6th sale, the 7th sale, the 8th sale, and then how much I made on them. And then let me do 8 here. And so that was just my sales price. And I made about 2,000 UPX on each of these, maybe a little more on some. But in that range, so I just kind of got that number there again. Extremely scientific. Large resale. So these are some I paid more than 50,000 for. And on the secondary market, I didn't mint them and sold them. So I had one in Brush Park I did very well on, made 30,000. Had one on Greshit, made about 10,000 on, or no, sorry, 20,000 on. I think that was the liquor store I bought when I was minting it that I showed you guys. Went on 7 Mile, that's next to the golf course. I think we made at least 10,000 on that, maybe more. And again, that's another 60,000. So that did pretty well too, as far as making money. That one in Brush Park I actually bought probably a week ago, and it just popped up as a high or low markup property, right? Very big property. It was at one of the cheapest properties there, so it wasn't the cheapest, but I'm like, man, that's cheap. Bought it, marked it up a bunch, and then it sold right away. So there are flip deals out there if you pay attention. All right, for mints, we did very well on mints. And on Woodward, I minted, I think it was 4 properties. I only show 2 here, but I'll get to that later. But one was the theater, which did very, very well for me. I think we minted it for around 50,000 and ended up selling for 400,000. And then another one, sorry, my OCD is making me put that comma there. We sold for 149,000, minted it for quite a bit less than that. So my profit for that, these numbers are profit here, in case you're wondering, not adding up all these. These are just my profit numbers. And there might be some more fees in there I'm not being exact on, but like I said, we're doing the basics here. About 450,000 UPIX was made on Woodward alone on just those 2 properties. So that's pretty crazy. And then Greshit here, we had 15 sales, if all my numbers are right here, which I think they are, that were minted. And the big one was the grocery store, which I did sell, but I minted it for 104,000, so that's a big property. Had the Church's Chicken, which I talked about, trying to get all kinds of properties here as well we minted. And that total, after selling them, was about 750,000. So that did fantastic. And the cool thing about a lot of these too, like that number's looking pretty good, is these were very low mint. Like 104,000 was a lot, but it was a huge property, gigantic. A lot of these were 5 to 10,000 mint, so very cheap. I could buy a lot of them. And then trades down here at the bottom, I traded another Woodward property I said I bought for a Mulholland property, which we then traded to a Manhattan property. So that ended up being at least a value of 80,000 UPIX because that Manhattan property has a townhouse on it. So that's pretty cool. So we gained 150,000 UPIX in that trade about. And then another Woodward one to Bel Air, which I still have. I haven't sold that one yet, so technically I guess I didn't sell all of these. But this is the only one. And that's worth about 180,000 UPIX, gain of 150,000 there. So another 300,000 UPIX added there. So we made over $1.5 million UPIX in the Detroit release and reselling properties after the collection. But as you can see, most of this was minted, and most of this gain was from 2 streets. And I talked about that strategy in the beginning before the release. I'd had other strategies in Los Angeles of just going for neighborhoods and trying to guess on neighborhoods, and it was so expensive. Like even when I hit collections like Venice, I still can't even sell my properties for above mint. But here, if you go for streets, and I did that in the second LA release as well, where I went for Sunset Boulevard, Ventura, did very well on those streets. If you go for streets, a lot of times you can make these big profits as opposed to guessing on the neighborhoods, especially if those neighborhoods are high mint neighborhoods that are very expensive. All right, quick video for today. Like I said, it worked out pretty well. Looking forward to the next release and looking forward to getting our net worth close to that 10 million number. And then I want to show you one more thing. Yesterday's video, I talked about increasing that net worth by selling properties that you minted that might have a lot of value. And I put up one of my properties for sale in City Island, and it sold. There it is. It sold for $89,900, and I think I minted it for $20,000, something like that. So big profit. That raised my net worth. So we are getting closer to that 9 million and then eventually 10 million, and we'll see how soon we can get there. Another city release would sure make it easier, but those take some time to develop and be announced. All right, thanks for watching. Love the comments, love the shares. Keep those coming. We'll be back with more soon.